Okay, guys, welcome to the Superstar Mastermind. The plan for today is we are doing a hot seat call with Hayley Christian. Hayley is an 8-star diamond from Wilmington, North Carolina, and right now she is honestly the business. She's just killing it. Her Instagram is just dialed. She's got, lots of activity within her organization. She's having success. Honestly, on lots of fronts. I mean, really, lots of new leadership, lots of new, people building the business within her organization. She's recruiting heavy, meaning she's bringing in lots of coaches a month and just having some real solid success. And so, Hayley, as we kick this thing off, why don't we have you start by really introducing yourself to the crew, and then we'll kind of turn them loose to ask you questions, and if they don't have any, I do, and we'll kind of go from there. So can you introduce yourself, how long you've been a coach, all the things?
Yeah. So, Doug, I forgot to ask you if this whole call was about, like, the one-on-one situation that I'm doing, or should I just, no?
All of it. It'll be about everything. Like, these guys will take it wherever, and if they don't have questions, I'll take you down that path. But they want to talk Instagram or how you're dealing with new coaches, your getting started process, all the things.
So a little bit of my story. Okay, well, thank you, Doug. And hi, guys. Thanks for being here. This is really weird for me. I'm like, why'd you even invite me, Doug? I always feel weird doing this kind of stuff. I'm sweating. But before coaching, a little bit about myself. I was a hairdresser and bartender. I worked 19-hour days, even while I was started coaching. So when people tell me that they don't have time for the business, that doesn't make any sense to me ever. So I worked 19-hour days. I basically felt like a big, huge liar, just because at that time I was a bartender for 10 years, and I felt stupid, year 7 being like, okay, I can't do this for the rest of my life. And so I didn't know about Beachbody coaching. I just didn't want to. Hi, Ashley. Thank you. I just didn't want to I knew I wanted money because I didn't grow up with any money. Like, my mom had to get presents and food from the Salvation Army. So I knew I needed to make money. I just didn't know how. So I was a bartender, just whatever. And then I was like, all right, I need to do something for real with my life. And everything was boring to me. Like, every little thing I could think of was boring. And my parents don't have any money for me to take and go to college and figure it out. So the one thing that was okay to me was hairdressing, just because I have 3 sisters, and I had fun making sure they felt pretty and confident. So I was like, cool, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make people feel pretty and confident. So I did that. I was actually really good. I graduated first in my class, literally got the best all around, and I got into the best salon in my town. But right away, just when you fall in love with somebody, you just know it's not going to be it. So right away, I knew it wasn't going to be it, even though I was really good at it. I was just I didn't want to even get a clientele. If I didn't want to do that forever. I saw the owner of the salon working. He was 60-something, working his ass off, and just never traveled, just always was in that salon, the freezing cold salon. No, thank you. So it honestly gave me more anxiety than what I wanted. And I had to pretend to everybody that hi, I'm so excited. I have a brand new career, come on in, have appointments available. I was just a liar. I didn't like it. I didn't love it. I didn't want to do it for the rest of my life, but I didn't know about coaching because I hated social media so much. So let's see, I gained 25 pounds because I was just really upset, and I just felt like I was just a big, huge liar. So I was just eating whatever I wanted, and I was just a fake person all around. I took Adderall. I'm not prescribed any. I'm not ADD, but I bought it from random people for energy, to talk to people so I could have enough, because I'm really shy. I'm really shy. My face is bright red right now. And for at night, for being a bartender, I would just drink alcohol and be the most outgoing person I could be in front of people. And then like I said, I gained 25 pounds. I started lying to my husband, who I love so much, talking about I don't buy it. I lied, and I don't like liars. And those habits got worse. My anxiety got worse. I ended up getting really bad panic attacks at work, which is really dangerous with scissors in your hands. And so my sister at the time, she was like, how's the whole hairdressing thing going? I couldn't lie to her. So I was like, I hate it, honestly. I wish I could just work for Beachbody. and let me just go back. I'm sorry. Somebody I haven't seen in a long time came into the bar, and she was like, "Girl, you're looking thick." And I haven't seen her in a while. And I was like, "Girl, thank you. None of my sisters would have told me that." Because, so I appreciate your realness. And so I hate the gym. I have anxiety. I tried it. It doesn't do anything for me. So I tried P90X. I remember I had it sitting there forever in a box just because I knew I could do it at home. So I was like, I'm actually going to finally try this P90X thing. And so I told everybody I worked with, I'm going to do it. And because again, I hated social media. So I was just like, I'm going to do this P90X thing. I'm going to complete it. And they're like, yeah, okay. I'm like, I swear. And so I actually did. And I didn't do it I didn't even know about Shakeology or anything yet, but I did it because I told people I was going to do it. Like, accountability is everything. So I ended up helping 5 people get P90X without knowing I could get paid for it or help them. And so my sister then asked, how is the whole hairdressing thing going? And I couldn't lie to her. I said, it's not okay. I wish I could just work for Beachbody. This is the one thing that made me happy again. The one thing that made me smile, and not be mean to people. So she's like, you can. I'm like, I'm supposed to call up Beachbody and ask, And she's like, no, I met some guy at a yoga studio. His name's Keith Callahan. And she didn't even really know him, but she met him. And she's like, he seems to be pretty successful. Do you want me to get in touch with him? I said, fine, I don't care. So I got on a call with him the next day, and something about him, I hate, I'm telling you, social media. I don't like when people try to sell me things. But for some reason, the way he speaks is just magical. So I signed up that day. I couldn't even believe it. Patrick was like, my husband, what are you doing? I'm like, can you give me my card? Can you give me my credit card? I'm trying to sign up right now. So I signed up that day, and he makes you believe in the business, and he's not trying to rush you into anything. It's all about this business is a marathon, take your time and create leaders. And he created a leader out of me for sure. And that's that. I'm so grateful to have Keith as my coach.
Awesome. Thank you. And thank you for sharing all that. That's incredible. And I do think your story is very compelling. And I love when you were talking about working 19-hour days, and then your point on, making people feel pretty and confident.
Mm. And I still do it, just different way now.
That's right. That's why I wrote it down. It's you just change the way you make people feel pretty and confident. So coaches, let me open it up to you. Hayley's got incredible best practices, a lot of things she does that are really good, but I don't want to kick it off. So are there any questions you guys want to talk about with Hayley? Or I can kick it. And maybe I need to kick it. Oh, Jen, you'd start it. Go ahead, Jen Richardson.
So my biggest thing is your story is so inspiring. And I feel like a lot of my girls are the same with the anxiety and kind of the fear of pushing out of the introvertedness and getting out there. How have you been able to duplicate your success with your team? Because that's kind of where I'm struggling right now, is that duplicatable process.
I do. So right now, ever since January, I've been starting these one-on-one calls. It's really helpful. But I can talk about the whole one-on-one calls. Is literally what is working for my business right now, for real. But honestly, you already know, you have to just do what you want them to do. And being on a one-on-one call is just I remind them that no offense to anybody, but when I'm looking at somebody's stories or somebody speaking on stage or whatever, and they're perfect, I don't even want to keep watching them, because it's not, I can't, in my heart, I'm I could never do that. I'm not even try anymore. But the thing is, I just tell them what's fun about watching me is that you don't even know what I'm going to say, because I'm always so scared, and I'm just going to say what's on my heart and send it, because whoever's going to love me is going to love me, and whoever's not going to love me, I don't even want to work with anyway. So I just remind them how special they are, and don't be like a Beachbody coach. I literally say, please don't be like a Beachbody coach. Don't all of a sudden sign up and turn into a different person than what you are. The only way to be successful in this business, well, a big way to be successful in this business, is by being yourself and having somebody fall in love with you. And they can't fall in love with you with 1 post a day, 2 posts a day, even 5 posts a day. They can't. the only way to fall in love with you is through your Instagram stories and by being yourself. And I always ask them, what made you sign up with me? It wasn't my one post a day, was it? No, it was my Instagram stories, me just being myself. So I'm like, like the person who you love the most is your mom, is it your boyfriend, is your husband? Act like you're talking to them on your Instagram story, and the rest can F off, you know? So
Yeah,
that's what I say.
How do your one-on-ones work? Do you like require them to submit a bat, or do you?
My one-on-ones, I open them up to my whole entire downline, and like I said, I've been doing it since January. I've been just all of a sudden just changed. I decided to be organized. So I was like, all right, maybe I should use a planner. So I started using a planner since January, and actually do these one-on-one calls. I do like tons for my whole downline. The only thing I care about is if they show up every single day on social media and take the advice I give them. So I do them weekly usually. And if they don't show up that every day that week, I just won't do it, which usually never happens. Once in a while, it's pretty awkward when it does. And then
define show up.
they have to show up they have to make a post on Instagram every day until we talk again, basically. I usually do them every 7 days. So they have to show up every day and do the things that I ask them to do. And everybody's goals are a little bit different. So if somebody wasn't showing up on their Instagram story and I say, you need to do at least 5 to 10 clips with your voice, you know, and you need to be doing like an ingredient of the day or a move of the day, whatever their thing that they need to work on. If they didn't take my advice, I'm not going to do the call. Like, why do you want to do a call with me? I already gave you my advice. You didn't take it, you know?
I love that.
But hey, talk about in addition to that, how you set goals with them every week and hold them accountable for the following week and how you follow up with them, things like that.
Okay, so I do them for like brand new coaches. I do them for coaches that decided to all of a sudden show up again. You know, I do them for my leaders. I do them for my whole downline. So the goals are different for every single person that I talk to. Here, hold on. I wrote some notes down. I'm trying to be professional nowadays. For new coaches, someone said, how long are these calls? They're literally different for every single person that I talk to. Like, you start to get to know these people, and if you know they only deserve 10 minutes for a quick check-in, they only deserve 10 minutes. You just have to make sure that you tell them that you have another call in 10 minutes right when you get on the call. And then 15 minutes, or say if it's somebody in my way down line, I will do like 15 minutes. And if it's a leader, I will put a whole hour in there for them. So it's just different. So for new coaches, the goals I set for them for the week are 100% different than somebody that's been doing it for a while. It's not even hitting Success Club or a leader. So let's see, I wrote down like examples of like new coaches and leaders and people that haven't been showing up. So, for new coaches, let's see. All right, sorry. But the first call for my brand new coaches, first of all, I make them go through my coach training, but only the first unit. I have 4 units. It's 4 weeks. And, but before that, I make them fill out like a coach questionnaire and stuff like that. So after I read the coach questionnaire, I can see in the coach questionnaire, it says, on a scale of 1 to 10, how serious are you about the business? And say if they say like 7 to 10, I'm going to reach out to them and be like, hey, usually I have you go through the new coach training first through unit 1 out of 4. But I don't want you to wait. I can tell how serious you are about this business. Let's go on a one-on-one call ASAP. What days and times work best for you? But if they're like a 1 through 7, I make them complete unit 1 of the new coach training and reach out to me when they're done with completing unit 1. So let's see, the first call, even though I know exactly what their number is, I say like, hey, whatever, can you do me a favor and can you remind me what you said on the coach questionnaire? Did you say, what's on a scale of 1 to 10, how serious are you about this business? And they're like, oh, I said it was an 8. I'm like, cool. Okay. So just so you know, like, this is what I expect of 8s. You know, I expect you to show up every single day on social media. I expect you to be on your Instagram story every single day. And we'll get into more of it, you know, in a second, but that's what I expect of you. Can you do that? And they say, yes. I'm like, cool. Once in a great while, they're like, oh, every day? Yeah. I'm like, all right, then we shouldn't be on this call right now. let's just, it's hardly ever happens, but they're always like 8, whatever. If they say like no for some strange reason, I just say, cool, let's just crush this boot camp and we'll talk about it at the end of the boot camp. But and then I say what I expect of that number, and then ask them if they're okay with that. And then I always say like, what's your biggest concerns with this coaching opportunity? And they're like, well, I'm really shy and really awkward. I'm like, oh my God, I'm like the shyest person, most awkward person ever. That's going to make you different. People are going to be excited to watch you, and tell them a little bit about how I overcame it, whatever their situation is. And then, so for the goal setting for them, instead of being like, I want you to become Emerald in 1 week, I don't just say that. I say like, how though, So I say, okay, so let's set some goals. I do these every week. Do you want to be on my one-on-one scheduling call every week? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, I'll give you an Instagram advice. I'll give you just advice every single week and set goals with you and hold you accountable. Do you want to do those with me? Yeah. Okay, cool. So are you available next week at this exact same time? Yes. Cool. So this was so cool about these new coaches is that instead of just disappearing because they're part of a whole entire huge team and they're so overwhelmed with all the trainings and all the people on the team, they actually do what I say, show up for 7 days in a row, and they always get on the board that first week, which gets them a paycheck, and then which keeps them excited, and then they're on a call with me, and then they'll do it again. So just for example, I said, I want you to become an Emerald coach in obviously SC4. And then right in front of their faces, I say, I'm going to pull up your Instagram. Do you mind? And they're like, no, I want to give you some advice on how to hit SC4 this week. And then I literally pull up their Instagram right in front of them. And then I say like, okay, well, first of all, your pictures are a little bit too dark. This business is about attraction marketing. So I'm not going to get too deep into it, but pictures matter. And I want people to stop and have to read what you have to say, because what you have to say is important. Your story matters. So we're going to work on some lighting. And I literally have to pick up my computer and be like, we're going to go in front of a window to see the difference between this and this. And they're like, yeah. I'm like, okay. So, if you're going to take a picture, it has to be in front of a window or outside. And then let's see, like literally I'm teaching these people every week. It's so cool seeing the difference of their Instagram progress and their whole life progress. And then I say, I also want you to be on your Instagram story, at least 5 to 10 clips. Instead of just saying that, I give them examples. So I say like, you can do an ingredient of the day on Shakeology. You can do a move of the day. When you do a move of the day, please make sure to invite with it, because it's the easiest way to invite without your words. And then also try to share something like non-Beachbody related, like, are you married? Do you have dogs? Like, just say up on your Instagram story, again, at least 5 to 10 clips a day. And then every day when you post, like the next day, I want you to invite everybody that liked or commented or watched your story. Can you do that? Yes. Cool. All right. Well, remember, I put you in right here, 1 week from today at 11 o'clock. But the only thing that I care about is if you show up every day on social media. You're going to do that? Yeah. All right. Just in case, just so you know, if you don't, I have to cancel this call. And they say, okay, but I really want to see your face. All right. And then I do a quick boomerang just to basically end the call and like make it not awkward anymore. Let's do a boomerang. And then I just do a boomerang. And then I always show it to my Instagram story. I tag them. I put a cool song on it. But the most important thing I think about that part is they feel cool because they're on my Instagram story. My whole team is like, I want to call with her too, because they see me on my Instagram story on these calls. And then I also share about their life because I ask about it. So if they're like a nanny that is pregnant but doesn't want to go back to work and is a wife and has a dog mom. So like I tried to attract not just hairdressers and bartenders. So now since I literally do like bullet points of this person with the boomerang, or full-time nurse, part-time coach, wife, dog mom, has big goals, I'm helping her. So now everyone that even looks at my story knows that I work one-on-one with coaches and they want my help. And everyone that's not on a one-on-one on my team wants one, because they know and are seeing everyone that's on one progress. But yeah, they're different again for leaders and people that have been working the business and stuff like that.
So Hayley, the first unit teaches them what exactly? Just bullet point it quickly. It's just how to share a card, your back office, all the fundamental stuff.
Yeah, like boring stuff that I don't want to talk about on a one-on-one.
Okay. And then you were the one, when you and I talked, you talked about how Instagram is really two platforms, and you really do require them to be active on both, posting and stories.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just want to make sure everyone understands that you kind of talk about them intertwined, but in reality, when you say be active on social media, you're requiring that they're active on both posting and on their stories every day.
Yep.
Cool. Okay, guys, other questions? See, Hayley, they're scared of you.
Hey, girly.
Amy.
I have a question for you. So I'm obsessed with Keith Callahan right now, and we're doing his book club, and I just absolutely love all his nuggets. And so just knowing what he has passed down to you from your mentorship with him, what are some of the things that you absolutely take from that to do for your girls? Because his whole philosophy is, leading leaders and finding those leaders. So what are some of those tools that you are taking from his mentorship? Because I just admire him so much, that you feel are working really well for your team and your girls.
Okay, guys, I have to say this right now. I want you to close your eyes and you don't have to really, it's awkward, but think about if Instagram or social media completely just dropped out, hold on. If Instagram completely just dropped out, I wrote this down because it's really important. All you would have left to do is turn the people that you had already established trust within you into leaders. And you can start doing that right now. So I started realizing that maybe like right when when Keith came out with that book, my Instagram wouldn't let me message anyone. And I was like, oh my God, my life is over. And instead I was like, what am I talking about? I have plenty of people that already signed up with me, that trusted me, that all I have to do is actually take the time to create a leader out of them. So I stopped caring about Success Club. I used to hit pretty high numbers, in high numbers, I mean 60, 70, not anything too crazy. But that's high for me, but it was it wasn't fun for me. I honestly wasn't being a good wife. I was attached to my phone, and I wasn't even being a good coach to people that actually trusted me. And I was just not having fun anymore. So I was like, Keith signs up 3 people a month, maybe, and look at his business. So the highest number he ever hit, I think, was 17. That was 5 years ago. So I'm like, I need to just stop caring about all these high numbers and really start focusing on the people that trusted me. And I actually went on a Super Saturday, and Keith and his coach, Bob Lucido, were talking, and Bob Lucido said, you should be spending most of your time on your business on one-on-one calls, creating leaders out of the people that trusted you. So that was in January when I just totally changed everything. I was like, okay, cool. But the number one thing is you don't know who your rock stars are going to be. You kind of have to treat everybody like it right off the rip, And I always am telling my whole they already know, they know Keith. So 5 stars, that's what I'm going for now. And again, you don't know who your leaders are going to be. So treat everybody like them. Go on a call with somebody that's not hitting Success Club, so they will hit Success Club. Figure out why, and help them hit it. So mine is just basically giving the attention to the people that already trusted you. I don't know if that really helped.
Other questions?
I'll ask a question because it's so quiet in here. Okay, hi Hayley. So I was curious. So you said, okay, I'm focusing on building these 5 stars with people who already trust me, know me, love me. What are you doing? From the beginning starting process of you're like, hey, let me work with you to help you get to this level. And then how is that different? Because I'm assuming it's one-on-ones. What's different compared to the new coach one-on-ones versus these people who are going for 1 star and vice versa?
Cool. I'm glad you asked me that. Thank you. I wrote notes on that one. So let's see. one-on-one coach call with someone who shows up but does not hit Success Club, basically. All right. So I wrote, don't not do the call because they're not in Success Club. I hear a lot of coaches do that. They're like, I only do calls with people that are in Success Club. Do the call and figure out why they're not in Success Club. If they're showing up every single day, how dare you not, you know? So I actually had this girl show up like every day for like a year and not hit Success Club like ever. And so I was like, man, I'm only working with people that are like showing up for a long time. And then I was like, I'm done. Like, again, if Instagram shut down, I need to be working with people that are showing up, you know, and already putting the work in already. So instead of like them reaching out to me, because they feel dumb, they're not going to reach out to you. So I was like, hey, I noticed that you show up all the time. Like, can we figure out what's happening here? Why aren't you on this board? Do you want to get on a one-on-one call with me? And then they're like, yes, please. And then from there, I usually get on a schedule with them. But I get on the call. The first thing I always say is like, hey, do you have any questions you want to start off with? And they always have questions. Everyone always has questions. New coaches, people that have been in the business for a while, and leaders, they always have questions. And so that kind of like guides the call, first of all. And then of course I say, okay, I answer their question, whatever it is. It's always different for everybody. And then I'm like, okay, I'm going to pull up your Instagram really quick. Do you mind if I give you some advice? And then of course I compliment something first, because that's just like, I'm not mean. So I do compliments first, and then I say, again, do you care if I give you some advice? And then, okay, cool. Like, let's figure this out then. And then I say, like, can you do me a favor and like stop and close your eyes and think about the thing that you're not doing that you have to do to move your business forward? What is it? Just be real with me. And they always tell me, you know what? I'm like, sometimes they're like, I don't know, I'm doing everything. I'm like, okay, cool. Well, are you reading personal development? Are you inviting every single day on your Instagram stories to both opportunities, either the business or the health and fitness? Are you actually sharing Instagram, like actually sharing like more stories instead of products? Are you sharing a transformation in your first 9 photos? What are you sending to somebody after they fill out your application? Is it personal? Are they sharing why they're actually a coach? Like, what are you not doing that you know you need to do? And they always tell me. And then, so I'm like, okay, cool. Let's work on that. And let's figure out a couple more goals. Say if it's like, I'm not doing enough messages. I'm like, cool. All right. Then I'm still going to look at your Instagram and give you some more advice than just that. So for example, say that one person, I say, okay, you available for next week at this time? Yeah, whatever. Don't forget, you have to show up every day on social media for 7 days. Cool. All right, now I want you to hit SC4. I don't go crazy, because if they go crazy, they're not going to even want to go on the call the next week because they didn't hit their goal and they're going to feel dumb. So I say SC4. Okay, how though? So I say, honestly, after looking over your Instagram right here, you don't even talk one-on-one to your Instagram story. You're not going to let anybody know your personality. They won't know your personality with one post a day. Maybe if they do, it will take you about 10, 15 years, seriously, to be successful with this business. So I need you to, for the whole week, talk one-on-one with your Instagram story, inviting to something, to coaching opportunity or the health and fitness opportunity. Let's see. With an invite, I need you to post, just examples again. This person didn't post their transformation. I had to scroll for the transformation. I say, if you're a health and fitness coach, I should not have to scroll for your transformation. So I want to see more of that. And I don't want to, you can't just be inviting for people that are liking your post. I want you to invite people that are watching your story. And that's it. And then I always say, are you writing this down? I literally say that. And then, so the thing is, I write down these goals for the exact day that their next call is. So I have their goals right in front of me for the day of. And so do they, because I'm like, are you writing this down? And then they do. And right after, I'm telling you, the second the call's over, I do the boomerang. And then I say, all right, don't forget. So I need you, SC4, I need you talking on your Instagram story one-on-one, inviting to the opportunity, a business or health and fitness. I need you to transformation in your top 9. And I need you to invite people that are watching your stories, not just your posts. Is that cool? Yeah. And then they do. I'm telling you, like when they go on that call with me next week, when you're held accountable to somebody that's been doing this for a while, they hit it. They'll do it. And they don't just talk about it. It's really fun.
Hayley, what do you, when you call it the first 9 or the top 9, are you just looking for a transformation in there? Or are you looking for anything else in those the top 9?
The top 9, I always say, like, if you're a health and fitness coach, okay, first of all, think about this. All girls do on Instagram is creep for hairstyles, tattoos, clothes ideas, and transformations. So if they're going to your page and they don't see any of those, they're not going to ever keep scrolling. They're going to go away and never come back, especially if that's your job. So like health and fitness. So I say you need a transformation in your top 9. And if for some reason your life gets crazy that week, I better not be able to have to scroll for it. So like when you go to my my page, like it's always my top 9. So I just say like that's part of your job. So anyway, that's what I was talking about.
Perfect. Jen, what are you asking? I don't get the question.
I mean, so my fear with this, and this might be like self-limiting beliefs, is like if I open this up that I'm going to be on the phone all day. Like how do you, because I feel like you have a pretty big team too. Like how do you, if you're opening up to the whole downline, do you feel like some days you're just on the phone all day and you don't get to focus on your own business as much? Or like, tell me kind of what the balance looks like.
Yeah. So I have a planner, and every single morning I always like plan out time for me no matter what. So I always have a break. Like on Mondays, I don't do any calls. I do just a call with my leaders and that's it. Tuesdays and Wednesdays are pretty crazy just because it's like right before Thursday, you know, and Thursdays I basically take the day off, you know, and then Friday I get back to it, and then Saturday and Sunday I kind of chill. So I just go kind of crazy with Tuesday, Wednesday, and like Friday kind of. So but you can really, again, you can say so much in 10 minutes. You can be like, hey, quick check-in call. So you got SC4. Oh my God, I'm so proud of you. So I saw you showed up every day in your store. You did this. Do you have any questions about anything? Like it could be really quickly. It can really be really quick, or it could be long. It's up to you. But I mean, Keith and Bob, that's all they do is do that one-on-ones with people. So I just figured that's when I'm going to spend most of my time. Most of my time, seriously, is on one-on-one calls. I do lots and lots of them. But I actually just recently wrote down a whole list of all of my business centers and stuff like that. Who's on the left, who's on the right, who's not emerald, who's diamond, who's star diamond. And so my goal is to be grouping up people that need to be emerald, people that are stars, for more of a group call. I'll probably do only the group calls with people that are not emerald yet, and then just that's it. But again, 15 minutes, like just stacked. It's just quick and it's cool, and then you help these people. I've seen people from my business go from like having the ugliest Instagram of all times, I don't know how they would ever sign up anybody, to having a beautiful Instagram, signing up tons just from these quick 15-minute calls. So it is totally worth it. And again, I haven't talked to you guys about like how I do my leader calls, but that's another thing. Like I ask them who's crushing it, you know, and then I ask them, and then I also like ask for the Instagram handle so I could follow them and show them love. So everybody just feels like they're loved on my team. And then I also say like who deserves a call with me and all that kind of stuff. But you'll know what to do. Like if this person only deserves 10 minutes of your time, you're going to be a little bit prepared right before and look at their Instagram and write down notes what they need to work on, and then be like, hey, I only have 10 minutes, but you need to work on these things. Do you want to do a quick 10-minute check-in call next week? Yeah, cool.
Well, Hayley and I talked about it. I mean, she's doing about 30 one-on-ones a week is about her number, and I know that fluctuates. Hayley, you know, you mentioned, I'm curious how many coaches a month you are signing, and what are your Success Club numbers now that you've implemented this?
I try not to go above 30, to tell you the truth. Like I'm saying SC 30. But it's kind of crazy. I honestly I sign up more working coaches than I do challengers. So I think it's because I show these Zoom calls every day, and I also share other people's stories with those Zoom calls. And if you look at my Instagram, I like talk about the business way more than the workouts, because I love the workouts more than anything. They changed my body, but the business changed my life. So I just don't understand why people wouldn't want to do both at the same time. So
Good.
yeah, I sign up, I don't even know, but I usually I try to sign up like 10 coaches and at least 5 challengers. But it's always mostly coaches.
Okay. Other questions, guys? We got about 10 minutes, 11 minutes, and we'll be done. So other questions you guys want to ask Hayley? Brittany Leggett asked, before a call, do you have them fill out a form? Is there homework, or is there more reach the goal and we'll do the next call and show up on social media and that's really it?
So before the call, they would never hop on the call if they didn't show up every day on social media. At least I don't think so. But I always look at the person's social media right before, and if they don't show up, I'm saying, I'm sorry, I have to cancel the call. I saw that you missed one day. I'm sorry. This is just how I run my business. It's not fair to me, because that's the one thing that I think has truly changed my business, is showing up every day on social media. So how dare you think that, you can just not and then ask for help. But I forget the question. Sorry.
No, they were asking if there's any BAT form or any tracking form you have them submit to you or anything like that.
No, I just look at their Instagram, and then, so one thing about this that's kind of annoying. So this one girl, she was on calls with me for 3 weeks in a row. She did everything I said, but she still was not in Success Club, which was one of the goals. And it was like about to be going on our week 4, still not Success Club. And I was like, okay, well, what's not happening here? So I told her, I was like, listen, we've been on 3 calls. So 3 calls, for the last 3 weeks. I gave you all the advice I could think of, and you're still not hitting Success Club. Something needs to change here. I'm just gonna challenge you a little bit. And trust me, I don't want to do this, but I feel like it needs to happen. I'm gonna put your name down for the same time next week, but you have to be in Success Club to be on this call. Like, I'm not because I don't want to see your face, but I think it's gonna push you into hitting Success Club. And I was like, I love you. And then seriously, she went from 0 to SC8 in that 1 week, because I pushed her. So you have to be okay with pushing people and saying those things and just being super straightforward. I guess I should open up this chat, huh?
Yeah, they're kind of. So Trina asked, what tips do you give your newer coaches without a huge Instagram following to grow their reach? Let's start there.
Seriously, it's different for everyone. You just have to pull up their Instagram and be like, okay, well, first of all, your profile picture is your kids. You need to change that. It needs to be your face. Second of all, your lighting. It's all they don't know anything about lighting. So I teach them that. Literally, you don't even know. I'm teaching these people how to make boomerangs and stuff. These people have no idea about Instagram. I just little tiny things every week make an amazing leader out of somebody, in 6 months, year, or whatever it is. Just got to be patient.
Okay. Jamie's asking, so then people that are you training, encouraging, telling them to invite those that are watching their stories or liking their posts every day? Like, if people are liking their posts or whatnot, what do you tell them to do with them?
Yeah, that's just part of it. They have to every single day, no matter what, when they post the next day or later on, they have to invite everybody that liked or commented on their post or watch your story.
Okay. And inviting to next challenge group, what are you inviting to?
I just say you have to invite to something every day, whether it is the health and a challenge group or the coaching opportunity. Everyone basically got this opportunity through social media. How dare you not give it back through social media? So if they ever feel dumb, being annoying, inviting all the time, I always say, just say right before if you feel annoying, just say, I know I'm a little annoying, but I got this opportunity through social media. It's only right to give it back through social media. And if you want to start it off like that, always. But it's never it's never gross and salesy or yucky if you're excited, you know?
Yeah. Lori's asking, so if you look at their Instagram and they aren't posting, really it's and stories, you tell them sorry that they can't get on with you. Like you tell them no, like you're not going to do a call with them if they're not showing up on social media, right?
If they're not doing the things, yeah, absolutely not.
Okay. And then how are you tracking all this?
Like their goals and stuff?
Yeah, or just keeping track of your next call. I mean, I think you showed me you just have a calendar. And
Yeah, so I have a planner that I plan out my day. And like I said, guys, it's so important. Like I literally take a break every single day from 1 to 4 and do whatever I want. Like I'm not attached to my freaking computer or phone. I always live my best life. Like I always make sure that I don't care if it takes me 10 years to be successful. I want to like this job. Okay. So I am always, everything's through email. So everybody always is trying to schedule calls with me through email. But when we schedule like the next week call, it's just face to face. Then I put it in the book right there, right in front of them. And then, so say if I don't have my book in front of me right now, it's kind of giving me anxiety. But so say in 1 week from today, if we had a call, while we're talking about our 3 or 4 goals that we're going to work on that week, I literally write it on that page. So as soon as I open that page for that day, I see who I have calls with and all the people's goals for that exact day, right in front of my face. And then I always make sure they're writing it too. But that's how I keep track. And
okay, Brigitta's asking, do you send out personal invites to people, or 100% of the people you sign up come from responding to posts/stories?
oh, you're not talking about personal invites for the one-on-ones, obviously. Can I ask, do you send personal invites to people, or do 100% of these people sign up from? I have lots of people reaching out to me now because every day I'm on my Instagram story inviting to the coaching opportunity or health and fitness. But I have lots of people that filling out my application because I literally say it every single day, like 5 times a day. But yeah, of course. You know, if I see somebody liking and commenting, I literally just say, hey, I'm just going to get straight to the point here. I want you to coach with me. Cool. And they usually say like, oh my God, what? I'm like, do you want more information? I want to give it to you because this is like, I see you showing up almost every single day. So I literally don't even go anything. I just say, hey, I want to get straight to the point here. I want you to coach with me.
Okay. Lori Stewart, ask your question because I'm not sure what you're saying.
I was just saying, like, how do you keep up, like, when you're talking week to week, like, how do you keep up with each part? Like, since there's so many people, remembering, like, what their goals are, like, what they're supposed to do, so that when I'm able to talk to them the next time, you make sure they did it. Because that was where I would get lost, is I would have, like, write it to paper, and then it would be, like, in a random notepad, and I'm like, I don't even know what it was now, but
I'm so sad. I have my planner with me every single second of every day now, but I was like in the kitchen. I don't want to leave, so it's awkward. But so usually I have my planner, and say if you want to call with me in 1 week from today, which is, I wish I knew. I wish I had my planner in front of me. I don't know the date, but in 1 week from today on a Monday, right after the National Wake Up Call, I would open up my book for that day, right after the National Wake Up Call, and then I have like a little part in my planner. It says notes, and it's like at the bottom, and I would write Laurie, and then I'd write, she wants SE4. She's going to be working on her Instagram stories more. She's going to be inviting to the business opportunity. And I want her to sign up 3 new coaches or whatever it was. So as soon as we open up, as soon as that day comes, you go on the call and I literally have your goals right in front of me from that day. Does that make sense?
So she's writing the goals in the future dates spot so that if we have a call next Monday, she has the notes for your goals that you gave her this week on next Monday's date so that she
Yes, thank you.
Anita Myron's asking, you know, she's a fellow introvert. How do you keep from getting mentally drained and exhausted from one-on-one calls? But you kind of talked about it. You told me you take a nap every day from like or whatever.
Seriously, first of all, it's not that draining because all these people are excited to work and they take my advice and they do what I say and they're excited every time they come on the call because they're hit the goals. So it's like, oh my God, so cool. All right. So what can we do better now? Like literally I'll have to think of things sometimes being like, all right, you did everything. And you're like, freaking perfect. Let's just step it up. What else can you do to be better? And I have to think of something to be even better. So it's like fun. But like I said, I always, and no matter what, literally, I schedule breaks inside of my planner that I even show my Instagram story being like, do not contact during this time. I'll be at the beach, you know? So they know I'm literally from 1 to 3, sometimes 1 to 4, I am like off the grid and living my best life. And then I don't do calls ever past like 5, 5. My latest ever is like 5:30. And then I just live a normal life right after that.
Talk about discount coaches.
What about them?
How many do you sign up?
Like none anymore. I used to, when I was brand new coach, sign up a bunch of discount coaches to get the diamond. But now I sign up coaches when they want to coach and customers when they want to just be a customer. And then of course I try to make that customer into a coach within the first month.
Cool. Well, I just think that was it. I have it in my notes from when you and I spoke, and I think that's a good point to make with these guys. Guys, we're down to like 2 minutes. Any other questions?
Can I say something? Okay, go ahead.
Oh, Ruth.
Oh, am I good? Okay. With your coaches, since you do your time that way, do you just tell them to take their lunch break and get on the call with you if they have full-time jobs?
Well, I just sometimes it takes me a little bit to schedule calls with somebody that has another job or can't do whatever, or can't do this day, or they're in a different time zone. So once in a huge great while, you'll see me doing a call like on a random Saturday morning or Sunday afternoon, just because I've been trying to do it for like 3 weeks, and I'm not going to like not do it because our schedules don't collide. So I will make it work. But yeah, sorry, I forgot the question now. I'm a hot mess. I love you. I miss you. But I think it's important. Last thing I want to say about the whole, like how I do calls with my leaders as well. Because I set goals for them. Like, who do you want to be on the Success Club board next week? What are their names? Like, let's do that. And then I teach them how to do that as well. So I think that's really cool, because I always tell them that's how you're going to be hitting elite. That's how you're going to be hitting premier, is by getting your new coaches on the board their first month. So I'm getting super specific on all that kind of stuff. So I love doing calls with my leaders as well. Thanks, Ruth.
Would you be willing to share what your form looks like that you have them fill out, or even if you don't want to share the form, just like a rundown?
I don't have them
fill out a form. Getting some good information like from them before you even schedule, right?
No.
So they just fill out the number of like scale of 1 to 10, and then like their Instagram name so you can pull it up.
Oh, sorry, I know what you're talking about. So like for the one-on-ones, they don't have to fill out a form to go on the one-on-ones. They just have to like email me, and then from then on we just talk one-on-one and we schedule times every single week. But like the whole that new coach form thing, that's like for brand new coaches. Yeah, it's super simple. It's just like I have, like, to get my coaches started off right, it's like a 5 or 10, I think it's like a 5-step process. Like, add and announce yourself to my team page, add yourself to the training, start with unit 1, and then tell them like complete unit 1 and schedule a call with me when you're done. And then the whole like fill out the questionnaire and send it back to me. So when they send the questionnaire back to me, all I really care about that questionnaire is, on a scale of 1 to 10, how serious are you about this business? So they say like 7 to 10. That's when I'll be like, oh, hey, I see that you're super, you're only on day 2 in the unit, but I can tell how serious you are about this business. I want to get you on a call ASAP. What days, times are you free? But if they're like the 1 through 7, I let them do the unit 1 and then schedule a call with me.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hope that helped, guys.
All right, guys. I think we're running out of time. Hayley, thank you. You guys, we did record this, so we will get this posted. I'll post it to the thread, so we've got it. Hayley, I appreciate your time. I appreciate your willingness to share with the group. I think what you're talking about is that there's so many nuggets in what you do, and quite honestly, in how you do it. Like, I love your energy. I love how you talk to people. And I think just your, to your point of, you validate before you criticize, before you point out opportunities for improvement. And I think it's awesome. And I think that as you're aware of that and how to build up people, it's awesome for you to be able to continue to do that. So Hayley, thank you so much for being here. Everybody, great week. We'll talk again next week. If you have questions, message me and we'll go from there. Thanks, guys. We'll talk soon.
Guys, bye.
Thanks, Hayley.
Bye.